Hello, we are looking at 1 billion united for human rights. And today I have with me on board Mr. Raghav Yarasi. And he is a man who is changing the way education is moving out from young children to children who are even above 60 years of age. So let us understand from Mr. Raghav what is his personal experience. Why does he want to take this venture from a personal view to an organization which is called Shuddhi Vidya and which is doing fantastic work to all the students across India? Yes, Mr. Raghav, tell us something about yourself.
You've already introduced my name. My name is Raghav Yarasi. I am based in Chennai. I have an educational degree in neuroscience. I studied in the US, and I returned back to India just to do something more important than what I was planning before that. And in the process of finding out what that thing was, I created the platform Shuddhi Trust. Shuddhi Trust is my nonprofit organization. It was founded in 2017, but officially registered only in 2021. And our program is Shuddhi Vidya. So we have one initiative right now which is called Shuddhi Vidya, and through this program, what we intend to do is transform the landscape of education. We don't want to just like be another nonprofit in the education sector that is trying to provide more access to education or make it easier for more children to attend the schools or something like that. Our objective is much bigger. Our objective is foundational reformation of the way education is conducted. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to reform our approach to education on a massive scale. We I think there is a lot to be said about the way current education system is, and with the Right to Education Act also enforcing that poor quality education over everybody, it is very dangerous. And I think we need to do this right now so that we see the benefits in the next generation of students, next generation of citizens. Because education is a preparation for your citizenship. There is a thing called being a good citizen, a productive citizen. So I think that we need to have targeted measures to bring that about in the next generation, and that's what we're trying to do with Shuddhi Vidya. Like I said, our main approach is transformation of the educational approach. For this, we are also doing a lot of experiments. We're trying to do a lot of different things to see what works and what gives us the results. And we've been doing this for a few years, and we've achieved a certain level of stability now. And you can see this when you go see our platform vidya.io. That's the Shuddhi Vidya EdTech platform. And here we have about 300 students using this platform right now to learn how to build websites for free. So we go partner with rural schools across India, and we give the children the access to the platform. And through the platform, they learn to independently learn um, things that are of interest to them. So the approach that we use tries to enhance your independent learning skills. So we have a concept called learning to learn, which means that we teach them how to learn what they don't know. So this is a very critical skill that I think the traditional approach to education completely neglects. And I think what we have done is a very effective way of implementing that into the learning material, so that the children are now empowered to learn things beyond what they were taught. And you can see this in a demo of the projects that I can show you in a moment. If I'm allowed to show those demos, I can show you those websites that students have achieved. I think that will give you a good idea as to like how successful we've been and how organized our infrastructure is. And like I said, this is a generational initiative. This is not something that is short term. This is completely, it's going to transform the way the future is evolving, because that is the power that children have. And I think by shaping them into more competent, more able, more independent, effective citizens, we are going to enhance the future for entire mankind. I think there is a huge benefit for us being based in India, because here, if we perfect this tool in this country, it can be launched anywhere on the planet, because we are like a microcosmos of the bigger globe. So I think I'm very well posed right now to make a huge impact in the coming years. And I think very soon people will know Shuddhi Vidya by name. I'm sure of that. So that's a bit about myself and the initiative.
That is such a wonderful explanation about your work, and knowing that you have started with 300 students already impacting the technical front, and education has become more like a ward, but you have made it more like a playground for the
Yep.
students. So, what is the age that the student you choose to begin to induct in Shuddhi Vidya?
Okay, so like I said, we've been doing a few different things, experimenting in the past few years, and age is definitely one thing that I've had a clear experience with. So I used to do this in in-person settings. So I used to observe how children are doing in person, and I've noticed that there's a certain age limit when their maturity kicks in. You know, like at a more larger scale. Because at every age, at every class, you'll find that there's a top 5% that kind of excels over the other 95%. So maybe there are a few students below the age of 12 who are like that. But once you reach the age of 12, that's when the students start, like, they start developing maturity at a larger scale in the class. Like a bigger chunk of the class is like more able to conduct themselves independently. So 12 is the lower limit, I would say. And beyond that, there is no limit. I think anybody can learn. I think there is the beyond that age does not matter as much as the demographic in terms of their existing knowledge, with they're like, what they're looking for. Those things start to matter more. So yeah, I think that answers your question.
And are you telling us that these courses are available right now, free, free, free?
Yes, we do not charge anything to any of our students who are benefiting from the program. Actually, there is a change that is happening, which is that not that we're going to start charging. It's more that there is additional positive change that is coming up soon, which is that so far we've been running this platform in a closed environment. We were invite only. So now we are starting to launch this on the public market, so anybody can come and register and learn this for free. So that is a new thing that we're bringing up today. I mean, in the next coming weeks, we'll do that.
That is so good because I do believe the best things in life are free. Because
Yep.
web development courses all across the world cost from $100 and above. And the same education that is being provided to our Indian children, whether they belong to a rural village or an urban hub, you have done the most glorious work of making a student enabled to learn the educational tools which once were supposed to be given freely. So that's so nice. I'm really looking forward for you, Raghav, to show us a demonstration.
Okay. Um, Let me share my screen. Can you allow me to share the screen, please?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me know when you're able to see the screen.
Oh, fantastic. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see if I can hide these. Yeah. Okay. So this is the platform. It's available at vidya.io. You can access this on the web, and you can see that we have some news announcements over here. Like sometimes we've conducted competitions, and students have won prizes. And these were the prizes for the last year's competition. We conducted an annual web development competition called Budding Techie. And you can see that last year we gave out the smartwatch for the first prize winner, and then the second prize winner got the Amazon Echo Dot, and then the third prize winner got a wireless headset. So we motivate the students through these incentives, because one thing that we must understand is that education is highly coupled with the way you motivate the children. The way that you motivate them will have an impact on the outcome of their behavior and how they approach education in the future. So the traditional approach is to use the stick model, the carrot and stick model. So stick is punishment and then carrot is a reward. So they use the stick more than they use the carrot. So if you have to perform well in the exams. If you do not perform beyond a certain percentage, your parents start scolding you, or your teachers write poor remarks on the report card, something like that. And that fear motivates them to perform in the exam, and that is not good for learning. So this traditional approach does not consider those factors, does not consider those psychological factors or the outcome of the behavior in the children in the future. So what we are trying to do is to motivate the children through rewards. So that's why you get prizes for participation, and if you do not participate, if you do not engage in the course, there is no punishment. So everybody who's participating is doing so willingly, which is a very important thing. That willingness is a critical factor in the outcome of the learning. So I want to show you quickly some of the products of the students that they participated in this course. So whenever they complete the course, they are supposed to publish like their final project on the platform, and this is one of those final projects. So here you can see that there is a girl named Jesvita. Let me show you her profile. So every student on the platform gets a personal profile page like this, and they get to see, anybody can come and see what their performance in a certain course is, and they can also see their personal projects. So this is Jesvita's final project after she completed the course, and you can see that she's done a website about women empowerment, and she's given a lot of information about the role of education, challenges faced by women in India. These are all things that you would not think a 9th standard student, like a 14, 15-year-old student would be able to do. But here she is telling the world what she's capable of. And it's because we've empowered that child with the knowledge of how to express that potential. Because that happened, now we have an excellent outcome here. Empowering just a child. She's just a child, and she's thinking about these big things, and she's creating an awareness campaign, something that adults should be doing to children, and she's doing that back to adults, which is I'm impressed by that. And there was another student who built this website about informing more about the AI technologies and how they evolved over time, and how some of them work. So you can see that she's added a lot of animated media on the website, and she's given some infographics as well, just to inform the visitor as to like what certain things are about about AI. And this is again, she's a 9th standard student who came up with this idea independently, and then showed the world that she was able to do this. And I invite the audience to come and explore all these projects, so that each of them is very unique, and I don't have the time to go through all of them. But I do want to give a specific look into one particular website. And this is something that Theresa, I've shown you, I think, the video of. Basically, there was a child who wanted to support her father in his business. So her father was he has a driving school, so where he teaches driving to people. And because his business was not going as well, she's decided to build a website for him, for the company, so that her dad's business can grow further. And this is that website. She's basically built this website called Sri Gokulam Driving School. And this is her work, and you can see that she's built a page to show the specialty of the particular driving school. And she's added all these animations where if you hover over one of them, it becomes a circle. And she's also added other pages about about the school. And she's also added testimonials of people who have worked with them or benefited from the school. These are all things that you would not think a 14-year-old would be planning and executing. It's so beautiful to see when it finally works out. And here she's listed all the things that the school offers. This is very informative. Anybody around who wanted to learn driving, they could easily gain a lot of information from this website. And it can indeed have a effect on the business. So we've literally seen real world impact of our work in progress, you know. And there's a beautiful video testimonial by this girl, Rajamuthu Kumari. She talks about uh, I'm just making sure I said her name right. I think Rajamuthu, sorry. So what she gave us a video testimonial of, not a video, it's an audio testimonial of her experience with the platform, and I would love to show that to the audience. It will just take a couple of minutes if that's okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Go right ahead. I'm so eager to hear
Yeah.
this.
Right. So youtube.com should be plus. By the way, you can access this from our website as well. So this is the feedback given by the student. I hope you can hear the audio. Let me know if you're able to. Are you able to hear the audio?
No. Can you
Okay,
play?
let me reshare. Yeah.
This is so exciting to know, how our young children, if they are given just the right platform, they can do wonders.
Absolutely. We are seeing like live demonstration of that, every day. So again, like I said, this is Rajamuthamari from class 9 of Isha Vidya Matriculation School from Toothukudi in Tamil Nadu. And the audio is going to be in Tamil, but we have English subtitles over here. You can see that. You can hear the excitement in her voice, the gratitude in her voice. So you can still make use of the audio, if you don't understand.
நமஸ்காரம் அண்ணா, நான் வந்து டியூடி இஷா வித்யாவில் 9th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் படிச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். ஸோ நான் வந்து ஒரு ரூரல் சைட்லேருந்து வர ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான் அண்ணா. என்னோடய வீட்டில்னு பார்க்கும்போது இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிற வார்த்தைக்கு நான் சொன்னப்போ என் வீட்டில் வந்து நான் எக்ஸைட்டடாக சொன்னேன். எப்போ அப்படின்னா, நான் வந்து எனக்கு வந்து சின்ன வயசுலேருந்து வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச விஷயம் அண்ணா. ஸோ நான் வந்து ஸ்கூலில் அப்படி வந்து சொன்ன உடனே வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்டான நேம் கொடுக்கறதுக்கு ரெடியாக மிஸ்கிட்ட போய் நேம் கொடுத்தேன். ஸோ அந்த லெவலுக்கு எனக்கு வந்து குழந்தைங்க இங்கே இருந்ததுலேருந்து எனக்கு வந்து டெவலப்மெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு விஷயத்தில் ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். எனக்கு அந்த மாதிரி கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள்லாம் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். நான் அந்த வீட்லேயுமே கேட்டிருந்தேன், நான் வந்து என்னோட கம்ப்யூட்டர் கிளாஸில் சேர்த்து விடுங்க, எனக்கு வந்து வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட்லாம் எப்படின்னு படிக்கணுன்ட்டு ரொம்ப ஆசை. பட் என்னோடய வீட்டில் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷன் கிடையாது. பட் அவங்களுமே ட்ரை பண்ணுறாங்க. பட் என்னதான் இருந்தாலும் அவ்வளோ ஃபீஸ் பே பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு நான் சொன்னோன்னே எனக்கே கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமாயிடுச்சு. இல்லை எனக்கு வேண்டாம் அப்படிங்கிற நிலைக்கு தான் நான் போயிட்டேன். ஸோ பட் எப்போ வந்து ஃப்ரீயாக சொல்லித்தர போகிறாங்க அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டனும் உண்மையிலேயே அண்ணா நான் வந்து ரொம்ப எக்ஸைட் ஆகிட்டேன். அன்றைக்கி நான் சாயந்தரம் வந்து வீட்டில் சொன்னப்போ அவங்களுக்கு ஒன்றுமே புரியல. வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட்டாக என்னது, அந்த ஹெச்டிஎம்எல்லாம் என்னது அப்படிங்கிறது அவங்களுக்குலாம் ஒன்றுமே தெரியாது. அதெல்லாம் அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு வெப் பேஜ்னாலே என்னன்னே தெரியாது. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபேமிலியிலேருந்து வர ஸ்டூடெண்ட் தான் நான். ஸோ எங்களோட ஸ்கூலோட ஹெல்ப் மூலமாக தானா நீங்கள் பண்ணுற அந்த ஹெல்ப் எங்களுக்கு தெரிய வந்துச்சு. ஸோ இப்போ நான் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக தான் படிச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். நான் ஒரு 1 மந்த்தாக தான் படிச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். ஸோ என்னோடய டைமை நான் கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக அப்படியே சங்க்ஸாக யூஸ் பண்ணி நான் அப்படியே இந்த கிளாஸஸை கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக அட்டன் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறேன்னா. ஸோ எனக்கு வந்து எங்கள் அப்பாவுக்கு வந்து ஒரு வெப்சைட்டை வந்து சர்ப்ரைஸாக ரெடி பண்ணி கொடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ஆசை அண்ணா. அவங்க வந்து ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் நடத்துகிறாங்க. பட் அது வந்து அவ்வளோவா நல்லா போகணும்னு எனக்கு தோணுது. அவங்க ரொம்ப அதனால் ரொம்ப ஒரீடாக இருக்கும்போது, ஸோ அப்படின்னா நம்ம வந்து அவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது புதுசாக பண்ணால் அவங்க பிஸ்னஸ் வந்து கொஞ்சம் நல்ல இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் இருக்கும் அப்படின்ட்டு நான் வந்து இந்த வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட் கொடுக்கறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே நான் யோசித்தேன், நம்ம இந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது செஞ்சால் அப்பாவுக்கு இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் இருக்குமே, ஒரு ஏதாவது வெப் பேஜ் மாதிரி க்ரியேட் பண்ணலாம், புதுசாக க்ரியேட் பண்ணலாம், அதாவது அவங்களோட காம்படிட்டர்ஸ் இல்லாத க்ரியேட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ஐடியாலே நான் வந்து ஒரு 1 வீக்காக சுற்றிட்டு இருந்த டைமில் தான் அண்ணா அவங்களோட இந்த வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட் கோர்ஸ் பற்றி நான் படித்தேன். ஸோ நான் அப்போ ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணேன், நான் அந்த கோர்ஸை முடித்து எங்கள் அப்பாவுக்கு அதை செஞ்சு அந்த காம்படிஷன்லேயும் நான் வந்து என்னோட ப்ராஜெக்டாக நான் சப்மிட் பண்ணியே ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு கேட்டேன். நீங்கள் கூட நான் உங்ககிட்ட ஹெல்ப் கேட்டப்போ எனக்கு எல்லா விதமான ஹெல்ப்ஸுமே நீங்களும் பண்ணீங்க அண்ணா. இப்போ கூட நான் உங்கள்கிட்ட ஜஸ்ட்டு கேட்டிருந்தேன், அண்ணா எங்களால் அந்த காம்படிஷன் டேட்டை வந்து எங்களுக்காண்டி கூட கொஞ்ச நாள் தர முடியுமா, எங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்ஸ் இருக்குது அண்ணானோடனே நீங்கள் உடனடியாக எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் கொடுத்து இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய ஹெல்ப் நீங்கள் பண்ணுறதுனால தானே எங்களை மாதிரி ரூரல் சைட்லேருந்து வர ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்னால நிஜமாகவே என்னோடய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸோட சார்பில் தானே நான் அதெல்லாம் சொல்கிறேன். ஏன்னா எங்களை மாதிரி நிறைய பசங்களுக்கு வந்து வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கோர்ஸ் கிடைக்கிறதுங்கிறது அரிதண்ணா. ஏன்னா அவ்வளோ ஒரு நார்மலான பிளேஸ்லேருந்து நாங்கள் இருக்கோம். எல்லாம் வெப் டெவலப்மெண்ட்னு சொன்னால் பாதி பேருக்கு என்னன்னே தெரியாது. எங்கள் ஊர்லேயே அப்படி தான் இருக்கும். ரொம்ப படிச்சிருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு மட்டும்தான் தெரியும். அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு ஏரியா தான்ண்ணா. ஸோ எங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இங்கே ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணதுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தேங்க்யூ அண்ணா. கண்டிப்பாக அண்ணா என்னோடய ப்ராஜெக்ட் நான் வந்து சப்மிட் பண்ணுவேன். என்னோடய பெஸ்ட்டு நான் கொடுப்பேன் அண்ணா. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் ப்ரொவைடிங் அஸ் அண்ணா.
So this is Shuddhi Trust. Raghav, I'd like you to just show the screen of Shuddhi Trust one more time.
Let me get this out of the way. You mean the official website, this one?
No, the final screen where you can see what Shuddhi Trust is all about.
You mean this in the video?
Much for providing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the Shuddhi Trust placard where you can see the details of shuddhitrust.org. It is speaking about committed to doing what is necessary with transparency, efficiency, and inclusivity. So, ladies and gentlemen, and people, 1 billion people, humanitarians across the world, we are looking forward for you to help children who have already given an opportunity and an opening to a window where the world is thinking of what do we do with so much of people being laid off. Correct, Raghav?
Yeah.
You know, the whole world is struggling with the crisis of what is going to happen, but this beautiful young child with so much of innocence, she has given the world a solution of how she is going further to, empower her father, who was an ordinary taxi driver, to become an entrepreneur online. So how big is it? She has just scaled the Mount Everest of entrepreneurship only on a website. And are you telling me, Raghav, that this website was made completely free?
Absolutely. So I'll tell you some more. So I want to quickly show you again what she's done. You saw the video, you have the background now, and now you get to see like what she has done, achieved with this. She's basically built this website to inform the prospective customers of the website of our driving school, everything they need to know before they even come to the thing. And this website is currently launched on Netlify. So Netlify is a service that we use to freely launch the websites that they create. And because this is completely done with code, there's no software about it. It's not like WordPress website or anything like that. I teach them from the scratch, how to write, how to open a notepad and how to start writing code, and from there all the way to how to publish a website on the internet for free. So based on all of that, they've achieved this. So end to end, from the writing of the code to the publishing of the website, they take care of all of the things, and they just give me the link. And that too, through the platform, like you saw, they go and publish their website on their own as well. So from everything, they are independent, and it's completely free. There is no cost involved at all, because I think if we involve a cost at that age, from their background, they cannot afford. I mean, they don't have a credit card, they don't have like a UPI, nothing. So they cannot afford it. So that's why it has to be free, and it is all free. Everything is free.
Perfect. Like we began this conversation with, the best things in life are free, Raghav. It is so fantastic to hear the testimonials of the students, to see how innocent minds are, facing challenges of the world. It's not, this to say that, you must not speak about things like this to a child. But when a child is giving a solution, I think Rani of Jhansi also was 14 years old when she conquered Jhansi. And if you're saying this child is 14 years old, oh my God, she's a Jhansi of the internet services, to do what she is doing. Hats
I know.
off.
Actually, I want to make a comment on that, because I think this is something that people tend to do, but I think it's misguided. Like, making the child special, that they're able to do this. Because what I've noticed is that this is not a special thing about a special individual. This is if we introduce a systematic change, we are bringing this about in a large section of the students. So it's not like one of those is special. It's more like there is an innate talent in a large section of the population of the children that somehow do not come out. And now we did one small thing to make it come out, and now we are seeing it in large numbers. So I think it's actually a normal thing for children to be this wonderful in their intention and effective in their abilities. It's just that we haven't given them the opportunities so far. So now we are starting to give them opportunities, and now they're showing us how excellent they are by nature.
So you have converted the lack of opportunities to a window of opportunities to the young minds. Raghav, what is a special message that you would want 1 billion people across the world to know why a platform like this is so important? Why are donors, going to be the stakeholders to make a platform like this open to 1 billion students across the world?
Yeah. So first of all, the main reason why I started working on this initiative is the realization that children are our future. They are literally our future, and we have to ensure that they are liberated at a young age. They're liberated to think freely, think independently, and be self-sufficient in as many things as possible. So I think we need to introduce that quality in the minds of children at a young age, so that when they'll grow up to be self-sufficient and responsible adults who are capable of taking care of themselves. And once they live that life of being self-sufficient, they will want to naturally help other people. So this is the reason why we are targeting children. We're trying to give them liberating tools. And so what message there is? I think it's important that we look at these systems that are there in society at a fundamental level. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at education system as a system, and trying to fix the fundamentals here. But I think there are so many other dimensions of society that require this kind of a fundamental inspection and overhaul. And slowly, we are going to Shuddhi Trust is going to be a platform that is going to host multiple initiatives addressing multiple of those problems at a foundational level, so that we can build a better society overall. Starting with this country, India. I think India is a wonderful place to for something like this to blossom out of. And I think once that happens, we will be effective anywhere else in the world. This is my belief. And this is where we are heading. And I would love to receive support. We need as much support as we can get. So I don't know if that counts as a message, but that's what I have to say.
Raghav, if you believe you can move the highest mountains, so I'd like you to show our donors across the world where is a link where people can come out to donate. Can you show us that link, please?
Sure. So we have on our main website, we have
So you
Shuddhi
log
Trust.
into shuddhitrust.org.
No, you don't have to log in. You just have to go to shuddhitrust.org and then go to support. And from here, you can show support through one-time donations, or you can set up a recurring donation on Razorpay. So we use Razorpay. So there you can use UPI or credit cards or anything. As long as you're an Indian citizen, you should be able to donate through multiple different ways. And you can even set up, like I showed, recurring donations. So if you want to do a one-time donation, you can do the amount here and then do that. You can also use UPI to pay your donations.
So in this UPI code, I just need to use my mobile phone and scan the
Yeah.
code. Is that it?
Absolutely, yeah, that's
How
it.
easy is
And
that?
you can access this at pages.razorpay.com/Shuddhi Trust. The easier way would be to go to shuddhitrust.org and then from there go to support, and then you can access all of these.
So, people all across the world, we are looking at Shuddhi Trust. SHUDDI TRUS.
DDHI.
Okay, let me repeat again. We are looking forward for your contributions, partnership with Shuddhi Trust. That is SHUDDHI TRUST.org. When you click on shuddhitrust.org, you will see a special link which is called support. When you click on support, you will come to the page where you will be able to donate. Once you can donate monthly, you can even donate by a QR code facility. How easy is that? All you need to do is sign in to your preference. What is your preference? Do you want to be a monthly donor? Do you want to be a yearly donor? Or do you just want to pay by your QR code? You just take your mobile and scan the QR code that is given on the screen, enter your amount. Though Shuddhi Trust is a small non-profit that relies entirely on the contribution from the public, your contribution makes a lot of difference in the scale of impact that they are able to create. So I'd like to thank you, Raghav Yarasi, for joining us on this interview and give us one good message as to why we need donations like this to support the kind of technology to reach out from 300 students to 3 million students across the world. Poverty is a global crisis. It's not just a crisis that we are facing in India, but if one child who can give a solution to poverty, I think, Raghav, we all need to be very generous, be very kind, and just give us what is the
Yeah, I'll explain like where we are and what we need and what the funding would do. We on this platform and they log in, the students get to take these courses. Currently, we have a couple of courses, and we want to expand the library of courses to add additional things. For example, we want to be able to create. Like we want them to be good at English, because that is something that we are seeing every year, that the students are not very good at the language. And the second thing is I want them to be good at public speaking, meaning that if you're standing in front of five people, if you want to express your idea, you need to be able to construct the idea and then deliver it in a way that reaches your audience and has the intended effect. So that kind of skill needs to be exercised at a very early age, and I think the education right now is doing a really poor job of that. So we want to have a course about that, and we also want to have additional advanced courses in web development itself. We want to introduce a course for game designing, game designing, sound engineering, uh, visual arts. Maybe we will in the future we'll have like physical spaces where they can come and learn things that are not possible to be learned online. So maybe like dancing, or they want to be good at singing, or kind of theatrical arts or something. They can have a physical space to come to and practice all these things. So we have a lot of ambitions. We are going to definitely transform the educational space in this country for sure. It's a matter of time. We have the foundation for it. I have the know-how for it, and I know that I can guide this into a monumental force in the education industry. Now, right now, what we need funding for is expanding the course catalog and also outreach to include additional institutions into our platform. So right now we have about 10 schools, and we have another 10 in the pipeline that we want to add this year. And we want to do this in hundreds and thousands of numbers. Like there are literally thousands of schools in this country that require this kind of an intervention to make that education actually useful to the children. So I'm predicting that in the next few years we'll increase in the scale of institutions that we are partnering with, and at the same time increasing the scale of the volume of our catalog. And at that stage, you're going to see in the next few years, maybe like the next 5 years, you're going to see an intersection of those two, and you're going to see an explosion. We're going to see like a ripple effect across the country of like children being multi-talented, and very, very expressive, and also rethinking the traditional approach to go to college after school. I think that more children can drop out of college, because college is something that is useful for very select professions. It's not necessary for most people to go to college. They can spend those 4 years and the amount of money on something more useful and gain more, get ahead in life than standing at the end of 4 years with a degree in the hand and 4 years wasted and no employment. How often are we seeing that? There's so much unemployment. I think that is the reason why I think it is necessary for an intervention like this, where we are skilling children, and we are training them to be more useful on their own, so that they may not need employment offers from somebody else. They could become entrepreneurs, and that is my goal. I want to train them in independent thinking and independent learning, so that they naturally become driven to create things in the world, rather than sit and obey somebody else in the top and get their paycheck. So I think, as you can see, like as I speak more, you can get the nature of my intention through this nonprofit. And whatever money you give will go purely towards expanding the presence, the network of schools we partner with, and the courses we create. And also, there is an additional requirement of us needing to translate these courses from English to other languages. So that is something that we need money for. So right now you can see that our courses are mostly in English. Like the text is all English, but we have videos in both English and Tamil, because we've been working extensively in the Tamil Nadu region. So we have videos in Tamil, but right now we are working to have additional content in Hindi, and also work towards revamping the website, so that it can display multiple languages. So you'd have a drop down over here somewhere where you can select your preferred language. So if it's Hindi, Marathi, Kannada, whatever it is, you can just select it, and then it will show the website in that language, and also show the videos in that language. So we are working towards building that the capability. So yeah, your funding will require go to all of these activities, and it's all having a very acute, like a targeted, laser focused impact on the future of these children that we're touching.
Thank you so much, Raghav, for being with us on this session, and we'd love to do more sessions with you. And every time you're going to be enhancing, we are going to be looking forward for people across the world to contribute towards shuddhitrust.org. Now that you have the details, you can go to the support section and contribute generously, because technology is the only way to make a living, a better living, make a living, a righter living, and what else for our generation to stand up for the parents, for the generation that was there earlier, and to take us into the future. So thank you, Raghav. It was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful speaking to you, though we are running out of time. But time is investment. Time is money. Your money going towards a cause like this. Support us. It is though a small non-profit organization, but a small profit can do great results. Am I right? So please contribute generously whatsoever. We are looking forward from meager contributions from 250 rupees. I mean, what is the cost of that? You might skip a meal going out, but that's what we are looking at, from 250 rupees to 10,000 rupees. How great is that? 10,000 is what you can build a tech school online. With 10,000 rupees, you can be the stakeholder. So thank you so much from being a donor to a stakeholder. Raghav, you have changed the mission of charity and generosity and kindness. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you to 1 billion people united for human rights. With you, we can change the whole world. Thank you.
Thank you, Theresa.